There we go. What is up, guys? I'm Alexa Unplugged. Wow, that was really cringe. I'm gonna keep that in there though because I love cringe. I really do. I love to make you squirm in your seat. My channel is about the magic that I have discovered after leaving Christianity. And so my life has just been nothing but non-stop synchronicities, manifestations, discovering the power within. And I know all of that sounds very cliche and very cringe, but the stuff is real. And so if you're into that kind of stuff, hang out on my channel because it's all I really do talk about. Today's video, I just want to talk about a big manifestation that just recently happened, and I was so excited to make this video, but I wanted to wait for everything to come into fruition, into my physical reality. What I'm about to tell you is crazy, but if you know about manifesting, law of attraction, then it wouldn't surprise you at all. I think it's just the story about how everything comes together that's surprising. For me, it wasn't as magical until I stepped out of Christianity, which I feel prohibits you from discovering magic. What is magic? I feel like I used to have a misconception of what magic was, and I'm not talking about the illusion of pulling a bunny out of a hat. I'm not talking about turning a dollar bill into a $20 bill. That stuff is really fun. But magic is basically alchemization, turning from one state to another. And we can technically say that's in a conscious form. Does that make any sense? We can technically say magic can correlate to the changing of an identity. I was once this person and now I'm a completely different person. Which we all are to a certain extent, you know? We always change, we always evolve. Well, some people, I don't know about everyone. So when I learned the actual definition of magic, I just learned that it's changing from one state to another. And that's it. Not to give anything away, but I'm going to. My RV. I have been living in an apartment for 2 years now, working in the medical field, and lately I've just been feeling like my life has been so cyclical and very boring. I think monotonous is the word I'm looking for. Hold on a second. I'm somebody that likes freedom. I'm somebody that likes to create. I like the spontaneity of life, and I like to constantly evolve. I like to grow. So about a couple of years ago, I made up my mind that I want to leave the state that I'm in. I'm not a fan of the heat. I live in the South. I live in Florida, to be exact, and I'm tired of it. And I wanted to be liberated. Like, how can I leave this state, but also come back because my family, like I'm very close to my family. Anyways, I was having a conversation with someone back in December, and she told me that her and her husband was selling her house to get an RV. And for some reason that lit a fire in me. I was like, oh my gosh, you're gonna live in an RV? How exciting is that? Like, I immediately pictured myself living in one and traveling, and I'm like, this is what I think I want to do. Fast forward, I'm gonna try and make a long story short. Me and my partner decided to check out RV dealerships just for the fun of it. Let's see what they look like inside. Can we see ourselves living in it? So back in March, we went to our first RV dealership, Camping World, and I remember checking out this one RV and looking inside and being very impressed with what I saw. And so did my partner. And we were so excited about it that when we came out of the RV, we held hands and we set an intention. This was a 27-foot Class C RV that we just fell in love with. So we're holding hands and we're like, we're gonna get this RV. And anytime I set an intention, I say it 3 times because 3 is a very magical number. 3 is the number of creation in numerology. So we said it 3 times, we're gonna get this RV, we're gonna get this RV. And as we were saying it, I was feeling excited because in order to bring things into your existence, you have to back it up with feeling. Gratitude, joy, excitement, happiness. And I was just excited. Like, after we were done with our little incantation, I felt like it was done. That's how powerful that moment was, in the parking lot. And so as time went on, we continued to visit other RV dealerships, and I started falling in love with other models, especially the longer ones, like 31 feet long. My standards went up. My standards went up? Is that the word I'm looking for? I knew what I wanted. I knew the model that I wanted. I knew that I wanted a TV in front of me, etc. Anyways, every night we went to bed, I would picture myself sleeping in the RV. And I would picture us being in a mountain scenery, or I don't know, in a state that we really want to go to. This was a nightly thing that we did. Fast forward, we checked out a few RVs that we thought we were gonna get. Nope. I even decided that I wanted to manifest $20,000 to put towards whatever RV we were gonna get. Time is getting closer, our lease is almost up, and I'm kind of feeling hopeless. In 2 months, we have to leave our apartment. What are we gonna do? We don't have an RV yet. There was a lady looking at me like, yes, I talk to a camera. This is what people do nowadays. Like, there's pressure with time, and I'm feeling hopeless. So now we're visiting my mom, and before we go to visit her, I have this hunch, and I tell my partner, let's stop by another RV dealership and see what we can find. Let's see what used RVs they have, because we're on a budget. So we go to another Camping World, and I asked the guy if he has any RVs that are 31 feet to 33 feet, because that's what I want. That's what we're looking for. He goes, no, but we do have a 27 footer. And immediately my mind was like, no, absolutely not. That's not what I'm looking for. That's small. We're gonna be living in it full time. It doesn't make sense. My partner is like, let's just go check it out. We have nothing to lose. So then I'm just like, okay, fine. Let's go check it out. We go inside the RV, and as soon as I step foot in it, wow, this is amazing. This is a 27 footer. It had everything. I don't know. Something about it was just like, yes, this is the one. This is it. And it was our first RV that we checked out. And I immediately made up my mind. I told my partner, this is the RV. Let's sign off today. We had money for a little down payment, so I was like, let's just do it. My partner was like, are you sure? Are you sure? She wasn't feeling as convinced as me, and I was like, yes. We went through the paperwork. I had a little anxiety attack because I'm like, this is a commitment. I can't believe we're doing this. We're really about to move into our RV full time. I just couldn't believe it. The dealership was selling it to us for $79,000, and I was like, yeah, I'm not paying that much. So I started talking the guy down, and I was set on bringing it down to $60,000, from $80,000 to $60,000, and that was really hard to do. They weren't budging until eventually we were like, okay, well, I guess we're not gonna get it. And as we're getting up and getting ready to leave, the store manager comes and he's like, we were able to bring it down. So it wasn't until a couple of days ago I realized that was the $20,000 that I wanted towards the RV. We talked him $20,000 down, which was mind-blowing. It's like, wow, this is crazy how this stuff works.
We did it. I can't believe it.
I can't believe I'm turning my home.
Literally. Wow. Our home on wheels.
So we purchased the RV. We have it in storage somewhere because we're still paying money for our rent, and you know, there's no rush to move into it. So I would say about a few days later, I'm going through my phone and I go to my journal app, and I see an entry I did back in March, which was the time that we went to see the RV for the first time. And my mind was blown because I took a picture of an RV. I don't know if you can see that. Sunday, March 2nd, 1:11 p.m. I couldn't believe my eyes. I was like, wow, we took a picture of an RV at 1:11. And then I'm looking at it and I see Coachman Freelander. That's the model that we bought. And it wasn't planned. We didn't plan to buy the same RV. If anything, we completely forgot about the intention that we set that day. We performed magic that day in the parking lot, and I completely forgot about it. And it just so happened that we brought the same exact model that we set an intention on, while also bringing it down $20,000 after me asking for $20,000 towards the RV. Isn't that crazy? It's just crazy how this stuff works. Like, for me, my formula when it comes to bringing things into my physical reality, I always say things that I want 3 times. I set a very clear intention on what I want. I say it 3 times. I visualize it often, and I feel it to be true. And that's it. And when they say, like the community for manifesting law of attraction, they say let it go. I think you just have to let go to the attachment of it coming into your life. But when it comes to visualizing, I say the more you visualize, the better, because your energy is flowing towards that reality that you're going to, and you're making the image clearer. Okay, like for example, if you want to manifest a house, right? You picture the house, but it's still kind of blurry. You don't have all the details of the house that you're trying to bring into your reality. So let's say you've been imagining this house for a couple of days. The image should begin to get clearer and clearer. And so I feel like if you're focusing on this every night, on how you want it to look and just feeling excited about it, I feel that makes your manifestation more potent, as opposed to just visualizing once and then letting it go. But that's just me. You know, like I said, there's no right way to manifest. And so with all of that being said, I am moving into an RV. Like, this is crazy. I definitely want to take you guys along for the journey. Me and my partner are gonna create a separate YouTube channel that's more focused on our travels and things we learn throughout the way. But this channel specifically is focused on the magic of life. You know, metaphysical reality, spirituality, manifestation. This is more my cup of tea, and my partner will be managing the other channel. And once we have that up, I will also link that in my descriptions moving forward. Thank you guys so much for watching. If this video was helpful, if you enjoyed it, if you want to watch more content like this, just subscribe to help me out, please. Also like the video, and also comment your experiences. I love talking to people about this stuff. I'm obsessed. But anyways, I will catch you guys in the next video.